Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, the Kid Rock Rolling Stone article. The best way to give you guys this is I'll give you the timeline, for the last couple hours on how I kind of approached this video here. I came across this article. Like I said, the article will be right on top. The link will be right down below in the video description. The link to the actual Rolling Stone article. I got to tell you this, I didn't read the whole thing because I had a dilemma when I first started going over this article this morning. What am I going to talk about? Because we all know who Kid Rock is. None of this article was really surprising to me. So I wanted to talk about this, but I didn't know what I was going to talk about. But I had an epiphany, and I ran out here and got in front of the camera because I got two stories that I want to tell you guys about Kid Rock. And first, let me tell you about the Rolling Stone article. Like I said, the link will be down below. I read the TMZ article, which kind of gave you the highlights of the article, and none of it's surprising. This is the dilemma I had this morning. It's a drunken, ignorant, poorly educated man spouting off conspiracy theories. One of the things that stuck out is he started spouting off Donald Trump's thing about immigrants and how they are all bad people. I can't describe what kind of bad people. I don't want to lose my monetization. So he says they are, and he's arguing with the reporter. Well, like I said, the links are down below, so you can read this whole thing yourself. And he says, and then the reporter says, well, because the facts are that American citizens commit far more many crimes in this country than immigrants. If you look at any statistics, any honest, true statistics, immigrants commit less crimes by far than actual people that were born here. That's a fact. And the reporter presented, told him this. And he said, well, this is what Kid Rock said. Well, it only takes 10. So the reporter said, well, 10? What do you mean? And he goes, 9/11. This is what I mean about ignorant. Really? There was 20 hijackers. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he's got some kind of special point why he said 10. I think he's just an idiot. I don't know if it was some kind of play on the 9 and 11 and with 10 in the middle. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's idiocy. His arguments are even wrong and stupid. It talks in this article, it talks about how he actually pulls out a gun from behind the chair and starts waving it around, talking about how he's got guns everywhere, how he was drunk throughout the whole interview, how he was drinking Jim Beam and Coke throughout the whole interview, how he wouldn't let the reporter go home. He insulted the reporter, calling him a college snowflake. And then they were watching, Kid Rock pushed him into watching YouTube videos late into the night. And then Kid Rock begged him to stay over, to keep watching, like a sad, lonely, angry, drunken man, just looking for any company. And he begs the reporter to stay, to just watch one more YouTube video with me. That's what he actually says. I pray to God, Kid Rock, you see this video. Okay, so, those are the highlights. And I look over this and I'm like, none of this is surprising to me. He calls Trump his bestie. Then there's talk about his Kid Rock's career, on how, it's pretty much over. And what he's doing this now, he actually says to the Rolling Stones supporter, to the Rolling Stones reporter, he says, say the worst things you can about me. I love it. It's good for my career. And he says this, he's not saying this, spitefully or angry. He's serious. He actually whispers it to the reporter, make this a bad article about me. He actually said, you can tell he actually means this. It's a sad, ignorant, angry, lonely, drunken, poorly educated man. And none of that surprises me. So I thought about this. How should I talk about this? What angle should I talk about this? And I thought about how I used to be a kid. Kid Rock was one of my favorite bands. I remember buying the album. Here's the thing, though. This was back when I was using, right before I got clean and sober. I loved Kid Rock. I used to crank it up all the time when I'd start using. My friends would come over, we'd get the beers out. Ball with the ball, the bang, ding, diggy, diggy. My name is Kid Rock. And then I thought about the lyrics to that song. All the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, and all my heroes at the methadone clinic. It doesn't even matter if your veins are punctured. That's from Ball with the Ball. I still remember those lyrics. And I'd be drinking and using right then as I was listening to it. I listened to it constantly when I was using. And I think about now, and I see Kid Rock all angry, drunk, lonely, career over, and me. The last 17 and a half years, I've grown out of Kid Rock. I've matured, in my years, my life's gotten better. I've gotten older and wiser. And I see Kid Rock for what he is, a sad, lonely, intoxicated, angry, poorly educated man. And I thought about that first of all, the difference. I remember I first got online, back I was kind of behind the times. This was probably right around 2000. And I got my first email address, and I thought it was so cool. I'm gonna make my name Ball with the Ball, like BAWITTABA or something like that, at gmail.com or something like it was something like that. Or I think it was it might have actually been at that the first not MySpace. I don't know. It was one of those. I just thought about how I used to love this guy. But then I thought about the circumstances that I listened to his music, and I was an angry, intoxicated idiot back then. And I'm a much different person now. And if Kid Rock wasn't so hateful, I'd almost feel sorry for him at this point. Now, here's the other thing I want to talk about. So he talks about immigrants in this video, and he talks about how he thinks immigrants are terrible people. They are, then he talks about the whole 9/11 thing, and there was 10, and I thought about that. And then I remembered, I walked by this was Sunday morning, and I was doing my usual walk around town. This, I swear on the Holy Bible, this is a true story. And I remember it because of reading this Kid Rock article. And I'm coming back to my house. I'm in the last leg of my walk, and it's like a lower middle income neighborhood. And I'm walking, and I didn't even realize there was somebody. This is 6:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. And I look over, and there's somebody. It surprises me. There's somebody sitting on the steps, and it's you could tell it's a Spanish person. It's a person Hispanic, Hispanic background. He's got brown skin. He's kind of short. He's probably like Mexican or from South America, I'm guessing. And he's wearing work clothes, and he's got a big smile on his face. So at first I was surprised, but right off the bat he looked friendly. And I said, "Good morning," and he says, "Good morning." And I'm trying, like I said, he could tell his English was kind of broken, but he goes, "Good morning for working, isn't it?" I swear to God, he actually said this to me. And I said, yeah, it is, and I could see he's got his tools. He's got his bag, with his cooler, with his lunch. It's 6:30 Sunday morning. And this guy is really excited about going to work, and I think about then I remembered when I was, I used to drive hardwood flooring for a trucking company for Hoboken Wood Floors, Hoboken, New Jersey. I used to deliver hardwood flooring every day. That's actually how I hurt my back, how I broke discs in my back, carrying bundles of hardwood flooring into these $1 million homes in Connecticut. And I remember the guys I used to meet at these job sites. This is around Danbury, Connecticut. Danbury, Connecticut had a lot of Central and South American immigrants in it. I remember driving around town, and you could tell because they had the darker skin. I'm not trying to stereotype here, but it's the truth. And I think they were from Chile or maybe Peru, because they were kind of short, and they had these hats that they wear in Chile and Peru, like these kind of hats with dangling little things here. I don't know what they're called, and you see a lot of these immigrants in this particular city in Connecticut. And when I would go to the job sites, these guys would be all on the job site. They would hire these, and this was brutal hard work. We're talking 100, 105 in the summer, plus humidity. The heat index was like 120 with stifling humidity. And I remember working on these job sites, and these guys would always be on the job sites, and they would just blow me away because most of them were shorter than me and smaller than me. Like I'm 6'3". These guys were about at the tallest, like 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". They were shorter. But their work, the way these guys worked, they would carry 2 bundles. These bundles weighed 80 pounds each. And these guys would carry 1 on each shoulder or 2 stacked like this. These small guys. And they would just go. They would be in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. No breaks, no lunch. I'm on this job site for 4 or 5 hours. And this was every job site I went to in this area. these immigrants were there working, and it just blew me away. I mean, they blew away any United U.S. worker like me that I'd ever seen. Their work ethic, the way they went at this. Like I said, this was in the summer, and I remember having to stop. You know, I pride myself on I was a hard worker, but I had to stop. I was dehydrated. I was starting to get dizzy. And I say to one of I still remember, this was over 20 years ago. And I said, water, you know, where can I find some water? Because this is like $1 million home being constructed, and there's no running water. You know, so he doesn't understand what I'm saying. And then I remember the word for water, agua. So I go, agua? And he goes, you know, and they were the best guys, man. They just blew me. This is, I swear to God, honest, 100% true story. Amazing workers. And then I think about the Francis Scott Key Bridge and the 6 workers that were killed there. All immigrants, all working like on a holiday or on a Sunday. These are the kind of immigrants I know. And to hear Kid Rock spout off this just ignorant, angry nonsense, you know, you can tell these people are angry. They're upset with the country. They're upset with their lives. They hate their job. They hate themselves. They're lonely. And they just want to blame it on anybody they can. It's all this guy. It's all these guys' fault. You know, these people are coming to America, and it's ruining it for me. That's why I'm angry. That's why I hate myself. That's why I hate my job. That's why I hate my life. That's why I hate my wife. And, you know, hate my kids. I hate my car. I hate everything. That's my view on the Kid Rock interview. The links will be down below. Every word I said, 100%, I swear on the Bible. Meeting that guy Sunday morning, you know, he's all ready to go to work, and he's excited to go to work. And it just reminds me of those hardwood flooring installers that used to just blow me away from South America and Central America. The hardest workers I have ever seen, bar none. So next time you go to spout off this ignorance about immigrants, think about this story. Have a good Tuesday.